It's showtime.
Welcome to The Positive Side. I'm your host, Roy Garibaldi, and each week I'm always concentrating on bringing you a little bit of life, sports, and yes, entertainment. But this one is very rare. When you're drafted in the first round as a shortstop, and then all of a sudden, somewhere in the midst of your career, you end up in a different state, a different team. Oh, and by the way, you're going to play a different position. You know what's amazing, Sergio, is you get drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2002 as a shortstop. Did you ever think that you'd end up with the Chicago White Sox in a bullpen?
Not at all. I mean, no. I still don't believe it. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't believe it. It still seems kind of surreal to me. I mean, I hadn't pitched since I was 12, so when they told me, hey, how about pitching?
So you virtually hadn't pitched since you were 12?
No, I mean, I didn't pitch in high school.
Now, I've always wondered what it's like to play. All right.
So there you are. You got the adrenaline going. You're feeling good.
No, it wouldn't work.
You could. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can. But, yeah, no, it was wild. I mean, being such a high prospect to kind of struggling, scuffling for 3 or 4 years in AAA and back and forth. I mean, it was tough. I had, a wife and 2 kids. I got responsibilities, and so when they brought up the whole pitching thing, when I signed as a free agent third baseman with the White Sox, it was tough because how can I turn my back on something I've been doing my whole life? And but it was a chance and a risk I took, and trust me, I'm glad I did it.
When you think about that opportunity coming, the last guy I remember coming from a position was Jose Canseco when he came in to throw and messed up his arm and everything. Did that run through your mind at all?
You know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, it didn't. I was more focused in on learning to become a pitcher. I know I had a good arm. I know I can throw a fastball, but what else goes with it? You know, can I get a slider going? Can I get a changeup going? The injuries never really played a factor because I felt like, look, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen.
Sure.
All I can do is do my shoulder program and prepare, and if it works out, great. And once I made that decision to pitch, I never looked back. I never thought, what if? I said, I'm a pitcher now, this is what I'm doing, and let's go for it.
You end up with the Diamondbacks in 2002, but share with us that road trip to get where you're at today.
It was tough. I got traded in 2005. It was me and Troy Gloss for Orlando Hudson and Miguel Cabrera. And then I was with them for 3 years, kind of just scuffling in the minor leagues. I mean, not really putting together a solid season. Got taken off the 40-man roster, claimed by the Twins, was a free agent, signed with the White Sox as a third baseman, go to big league camp, have a pretty good big league camp. They send me down, and then they bring up pitching in 2009. So I said, all right, I can't do it yet. I got traded to the Giants in spring for 10 days. That didn't work out, so I said, you know what, I'm going to become a pitcher. And as soon as I made that switch, I had, I think, 20 innings under my belt before making the team opening day last spring.
How much of an impact was that on you to be able to know that you had a family at a very young age to provide for, really?
It was tough. I mean, me and my wife will sit back and talk about, all right, when I got drafted, I was a first rounder, so I got big bonus money, and we were living a good life. I was in AAA within the first 2 years, thinking I'm going to have a 20-year big league career as short. Little did we know, it turned into 4 or 5 years of struggling, having 2 kids, so the money goes a lot quicker than it comes in, and it was tough. And when I made the decision to pitch, I said, all right, I mean, this is it. I'm putting everything out on the table. I got 2 kids. If this doesn't work out, I mean, what am I going to go do? And that just gave me that motivation. And just my wife being so positive and believing in me, it helped me a lot. So it made those tough days when I gave up 4 runs, and she was kind of like, look, you're learning how to pitch. I mean, these guys have been doing it in high school and college. You haven't done it since you were 12. So that was the hardest part, because being a competitor, you always want to do well. And when you struggle a little bit in anything, I get upset, frustrated, and that was the hardest part about everything.
Sergio, share with us now. You come out of the bullpen, you get on that mound, but what's it like when you get home with the family?
That's, you know what, it makes the good days better, and it makes the bad days good. It's so hard to explain. I mean, I can remember a couple instances I had bad games, and I would get home and, I'd tell my kids, hey, Daddy didn't pitch too good today. And my daughter's response is, can you still buy me a dress tomorrow? And I said, yeah, I'll get you a dress.
Just like Mama, man.
Yeah,
as long as
exactly.
the check doesn't stop coming in, we're good, right?
So then she says, okay, I'll still love you. And then, of course, my son's like, hey, don't worry about it. You're still my favorite player. So just that is all I need. I mean, to me, being a good husband, being a good father comes first before anything. And this is a sport we play, and I'm fortunate and blessed that I do it for a living. But at the end of the day, I want to be known as a good dad and a good husband.
What's it like being a big leaguer?
There's such a huge difference between minor leagues and big league baseball. I mean, big league baseball, look at the stadiums we're playing at, cities we go to. It's just, you get 40,000 fans. It's exciting. In the minor leagues, it's tough because it's a process. You know where you want to be, but by the same time, you don't want to be in the minor leagues because buses stink, food is not that great, the stadiums aren't that great, so it's tough, but it gives you that motivation to know where you want to go.
Hotel room. As many as you can grab?
As many, yeah. It was tough. I remember when I got drafted in Missoula in rookie ball, it was me and 4 other guys sharing a hotel room just so the expense can stay down. And it's just, you do what you got to do at the time, make the sacrifices you got to make in order to enjoy this.
Now today, what I say is being a big leaguer, could you ever imagine getting a real job?
Not at all. I don't even know what I'd be doing. I literally have no clue what I could do. Obviously I'll try to figure something out, but this is what I want to be doing, and I feel so fortunate and blessed that I was given a second opportunity, and because you don't get that in this game. Usually it's you get your one shot, and once your window closes, it's over. But being able to have a second opportunity and taking advantage of it is amazing.
This segment has been brought to you by Pachoni Custom Collision Repair. Pachoni Collision.